It is happening again.
Thank you, DJ. My wife told me to dedicate to you that song. Yeah, she's an amazing woman. Every time we have some challenges, she tells me, don't worry, Jesus is the answer. All the time, Jesus is the answer. One time I asked her, if Jesus is the answer, what's the question? Wow. It's good to be in Kenya. I'll never forget the first time I came to Kenya. I'd come to visit my friend called Impasua Msonobari. He's a Swahili expert. I wanted him to translate some of my works in Swahili. Now, Impasua told me that in Kenya, Kenyans answer questions with questions. And I didn't believe him. So when the aeroplane KQ touched turf, the first Kenyan I met, I asked him, is it true that Kenyans answer questions with questions? He looked at me and said, who told you? I gave up. Is it true? Now, Mpasua had told me to meet him at the museum. I never knew where the museum was. And that's how I got to know that actually, we all don't know how to give directions. I met a young boy, he was around 9 years old. And I asked him, where is the museum? The boy looked at me and said, I don't know. So as I was walking back, the boy called me in the most local way. Yeah, I knew that was meant for me because I'm a VIP. Very improved peasant. So I came back knowing that maybe the boy has remembered where the museum is. Instead, he showed me his friend and said, this is my friend, also don't know. But it's not only in Kenya. It also happens in Uganda. You ask for directions at your own risk. One time I was looking for a school called Boma Primary School, and I meet this gentleman and ask him, where is Boma Primary School? He says, you're looking for Boma? Very simple. You move straight. You move, you'll see a tree. When you see a tree, turn on your right and move. When you move, you'll see a black gate. When you see a black gate, know you're lost, come back. He wasn't the only one. So I successfully got lost. I looked for another gentleman. I asked him, where is Boma School? He said, oh, very simple, very simple. He was an elderly man. So he sat in the car, we drove, and he was talking a lot. So I reached the point and said, where is the school? He said, don't worry. So we reached a certain junction and he said, first stop. Have you seen this junction? I said, yes, don't forget it, we go. We moved. When we reached the trading center, he said, stop here. He moved out of the car and said, you remember the other junction? That's where the school is. He wanted a lift. Now, I thought it was only Africans who never knew how to give directions. Also Indians. I met an Indian. I was looking for the Central Police Station in Uganda. And I asked him, where is the Central Police Station? He said, looking for Central Police Station. Now what do, you go left, right? And then turn left, right? Turn right, right? And then you turn left, right? And then you turn right, right? I said, right. I moved left, turned right, right, turned left, right. By the time I finished, I was back to the same point where I was. I have suffered. Very interesting. I love Kenya because I have a sentimental attachment to it. I got my first beating because of this country. I remember I was in my primary 2, and then my teacher asked me, Pablo, if the first president of Kenya was Kenyatta, who's the first president of Zambia? I said, Zambiata. He caned me as if he had been hired. I think that man just didn't like me. Because he also doubled as our mathematics teacher. One time he asked me, Pablo, what is 25 plus 1? And you know, as a little boy, you reason like a child. So I added 2 plus 5 plus 1. I said 8. Lie down. He caned me as if he had been bewitched. So the headmaster found him caning me and said, why are you beating Pablo? He said, can you believe Pablo doesn't know 25 plus 1? And the headmaster asked the teacher, what is the answer? He said, 251. That was my teacher. My headmaster looked at him and said, you're very lucky, I thought you didn't know. I failed mathematics. I said bye-bye. The only thing I can do is abacus. However, I've also realized that Kenyans are no longer friends with Americans. They are relatives. Because the Kenyan embassy is in the White House. And who's there? Barack Okolachi, Obama. There is nothing like Peter, James, Barack Obama. His name is so botanical. It's home-baked. For even the village itself, Kogero. Kogero, it sounds like a village where they receive the Sunday papers on Wednesday. You know, the name Kogero. I have a feeling their rainbow is in black and white. Kogero, Kogero. You do feel the name? Kogero, Kogero. I have a feeling even their cows give them powdered milk. Kogero. There must even be a big poster saying, warning, no village ahead. So that shows how Kenyan the man is. Actually, his name is an acronym. Obama stands for Original Black African Managing America. Yes. As if that's not enough, even Barack is an acronym for Born African, Raised American, Complete Kenyan. And all the Kenyans say, they don't know. He even speaks with swagger. You know, he speaks with it. I want to thank the people of America. I want to thank my wife, Michelle. I pursue the lady. My daughter, Malaya, Sasha. You know, the man, him and his wife, Obama and Michelle, they are all told. They are so told that they can even see tomorrow. But if you want people who have suffered in this world, it's short men. Short people, we have suffered. Now imagine if there wasn't this platform. Some people are still fidgeting to see me. We have been stigmatized. They have called us all kinds of things. Short put, I can't see you. What are you up to? Briefcase, full stop. Shortcoming. Height defaulter. Huh? You forget that we are down to earth. We are, by the way. Oh, yeah. It's very important. In fact, I would like to encourage all the short women, my height mates. Don't worry. Most men love short women because they love women who look up to them. We have very many advantages. Not only that. First of all, we are weather friendly. Yes, rain hits us last. We can manage any crisis. I remember when we had the financial crisis. You remember when there was a serious global financial crisis? They told people were suffering with clothes. They didn't know what to wear. Others were even cutting the curtains to go to the tailors. While that was happening, us were going to the babies section. We are covered. Short men never run short of ideas. Look at the biblical Zacchaeus. They always think ahead. You know? Very nice people. Very nice people. When I was coming in tonight, I realized that actually we are the same, but yet we speak differently. I could know that this one is an engineer, this one is an accountant, from the way you speak. Because you speak according to your terminologies. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say a person came and took this mic away from me. A lawyer will say that's unlawful. A teacher will say that's indiscipline. An accountant will say that's unaccountable. A policeman will say that's being idle and disorderly. A housewife will say those are bad manners. But at the end of the day, what they are trying to say is what you have done is wrong. Not so. Same thing, different way. Now, I do believe some of you work in NGOs. I work with an NGO. And I realize that NGOs, they speak in forms of abbreviations and acronyms. Everything is abbreviated. Not so, even the NGO itself. NGO, ILO, UNICEF, UHU, PCA. Even NGO, it sounds like nothing going on. You know? One time I was a victim of these acronyms. I met a very beautiful girl in a workshop. She was so beautiful, phantasmaglorious, jubilistic, vrumlad with love. I said today I'm launching my manifesto. So I walked to her and I said, hello madam, how are you? Could I please take you out for tea after this? She said, no Pablo, we don't need that report. I said, which report? Said T. Yes, technical evaluation analysis. I said no. Sorry, I don't mean that tea. I mean the one you drink, cow juice to be precise. Said, oh sorry. All right, Pablo, I would have loved to go out with you, but you see, I have to look for the YAGs to identify the STGs so that I can M&E the BAM messages using the MARCH approach. Did you understand? That's how I was. I couldn't cry and laugh at the same time. I looked at this woman. That was 1-0. But I said, no, ninjas never die. I asked her, what do you mean? I'm lost. She said, oh, sorry, how we are used to acronyms. You see, I have to look for the YAGs. Those are the young advisory groups. To identify the STGs, the specific target groups. To M&E, to monitor and evaluate the BAM messages. That's the BAMAN messages. Using the MARCH approach. That is monitoring and reinforcing to combat HIV. You can feel what I was going through. That's how I was. I looked at this lady and I said, do you know what, madam? At this rate, I need a CCS to influence your BCO. Did you understand? That's how she was. Happiness was killing me. She said, excuse me, Pablo, I didn't understand. I said, you see, at this rate, I need a CCS. That's a comprehensive communication strategy to influence your BCO. That's your behavior change objective. Yeah? She chucked me, I became Chuck Norris. I chucked her, she became Chakademas. Talking about Chakademas, if there are people you should always trust, it's comedians. Because what you see is what you get. I don't believe in musicians apart from the village band. Because they are cheats. First of all, they announce, don't miss, we are going to have a concert. Let's say Pablo the musician is coming. A lot of noise. The concert starts at 10. At 10, they open the gates. People enter 10. Curtain raisers 11. Curtain raisers midnight. You're waiting for the brother. Where is the brother? And the guy appears at midnight and has the courtesy to ask you if you're still there. Hello, are you still there? Where had we gone? Where do you think we are? You told us to be here by 10. Yeah? And then after coming, they start harassing the technical team. DJ sample that. Pull up. Track number 3. Why did you come for the rehearsal? Why are the guys paying the price on your behalf? And then starts giving you a speech of how he rose to fame. You know what, blah, 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 blah. DJ track number 3. And do you know that actually they are the number 1 cheats? Because at times they don't even do the job. For example, let's assume I'm the musician. And this is the song. Samina, mina. Waka, waka. Samina, mina. It's time for who has sung and who has been paid. It's time you started sharing the money with them. And I also realized that it's very easy to become a musician, especially in Africa. First of all, the song doesn't have to make sense. As long as you can confuse the listener. You first give them the intro, which is always, it has nothing, yeah? A forest of words and a desert of points. Yeah? Did you understand? But they got your attention. Not so? There are 3 words you should know to become an artist in Africa. The first one is, watch this. Watch this. Isn't that what they do? The second word is, you don't know. Watch this. You don't know. Indeed, you don't know. And the last one is, Lord have mercy. They say, no mercy, which means Lord have mercy. And I decided the day I failed to become a comedian, I will go into music. You know, when I sing, I move the crowd. They all move and go home. But tonight, I want to show you how these people compose the songs. Are you ready for this tragic moment? Are you ready? Village band, just play anything, I'll find my level. Yeah, man. This is your story, Pablo Banga. Wait a minute, let me check from back. Watch this for sure. Understand whether you like it or not. But I brought to you by watch this. You don't know. No mercy. I say. Babrigani, number 28. I went to the Wero, but now I stop and a bridge. Again, Bulu, a ban, a bye 0. A 0.0 is a rab under. I'm Pablo. These are the actions I must do. Salute for you and bend for you. Close my eyes and I'm sleeping. Lumbase, mama lumbase. Okay. Ay mama we lumbase. Ay mama we